and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on comparing plant and animal cells. In our last lesson, we looked at different types of cells, their size and shape. We focused primarily on prokaryotic cells and eukaryotic cells. Today, we will be comparing plant and animal cells. We will look at a few examples of plant and animal cells and compare the differences between their structures. Are you ready to begin, students? All living organisms are made up of cells. Some organisms, such as amoebae, are unicellular. This means they have only one cell. Other organisms, like humans, are made up of millions of cells that work together. Organisms that contain more than one cell are called multicellular. Regardless of whether an organism has one cell or many cells, there are certain processes that are carried out by all living organisms. They are nutrition, respiration, the process by which an organism gets the energy from its food, excretion, the removal of waste produced by cells, growth, irritability, the sensitive response an organism has to changes in its surroundings, movement, and reproduction. All plant and animal cells carry out these processes. Not only do cells carry out similar processes, but plant and animal cells have a few other similarities between them. Almost all eukaryotic cells have a nucleus, cell membrane, mitochondria, ribosomes, an endoplasmic reticulum, and cytoplasm. The function of these structures will be covered later on in this unit. For now, let us do an activity to review what we have learned thus far. Students, please list the 7 processes we learned that are carried out by all organisms.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I hope that was a simple activity for you. The 7 processes are nutrition, respiration, excretion, growth, irritability, movement, and reproduction. Were you able to name all 7? Great work. Both plant and animal cells are eukaryotic cells. This means they have complex structures. However, there are major differences between the structures of both types of cells. Plant cells have a rigid, non-living cell wall. It lines the outside of the cell membrane and is made of cellulose. This enables the plant cell to resist high pressure without bursting. A plant cell takes up water by osmosis till it becomes fully turgid without being destroyed. An animal cell does not have this cell wall. If you start to fill the animal cell with much fluid, the cell will eventually burst. As you can see in the diagram, animal cells have a rounder shape compared to plant cells. Animal cells have various shapes. Plant cells tend to have a more regular and consistent shape. Unlike animal cells, plant cells have chloroplasts. This is what gives plant cells their green color. Chloroplasts contain chlorophyll and enable the plant cells to perform the function of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process that is unique to plants. It is a process in which plants use sunlight to turn carbon dioxide and water into organic compounds, such as sugar. Plant cells also contain a larger central vacuole, which is enclosed by a membrane. The vacuole usually takes up most of the room in the cell. It contains waste materials, water, and nutrients that can be used or secreted as necessary. Animal cells have small vacuoles and may have many of them. Animal cells never have the large single vacuole that takes up most of the space in plant cells. Students, let us do an activity to review what we have learned. Fill in the correct term to complete the following sentences.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you were able to fill in all the blanks. Let us review the answers together. Plants and animals both have eukaryotic cells. Plant cells have a rigid cell wall that is made of cellulose. Plant cells have chloroplasts that gives it the color green. Animal cells have small-sized vacuoles. Unlike plant cells that only have one vacuole, animal cells have many vacuoles. How did you do? If you got them all correct, great work. Students, we have time for one more activity before we conclude this lesson. Teacher will be splitting the class up into groups of 2 and assign you a type of cell to research. Each group will be responsible for either plant cells or animal cells. Based on the information from this lesson, plus the information in your textbook, you will be researching and preparing a presentation about the different types of cells. Your presentation should include a diagram as well as information on the characteristics of the shape and structures of the cells. When you are in your groups, start to discuss some of the information you want to include in your presentation.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I hope you are off to a good start with your presentation. I wish you luck. This brings us to the end of our lesson. Today, we compared the structure of plant cells and animal cells. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.